On this show, we cover some sensitive topics.
Though the obituaries may be outlandish, the people are real.
Names have been changed or omitted in order to respect both the deceased and the survived by.
While death is no laughing matter, some petty last words can provide some pretty entertaining comic relief.
Welcome to Obituary. Welcome back to Obituary. I'm Spencer Henry.
And I'm Madison Reyes.
And we're back from Vegas, and we made it out alive. We still have all our teeth.
All our hair.
It's all still there.
Not all our money.
Nope. We didn't win big. Okay, we're back. We'll be podcasting for at least a few more years. Okay.
Okay.
We need to financially recover, actually.
We lost some money and...
millions. We lost it all.
We lost millions, you guys.
We didn't even have it, but we lost it.
We lost it.
You can believe.
We're in debt. Now we owe money to...
We're like Nate Jacobs. They're going to come cut our fucking fingers off.
I know. Oh my God.
Imagine.
Is the finale this Sunday? Well, I know
Yes.
you guys listening, it'll already be over. But
Yeah, it'll already have happened.
fucking A. The spoiler.
It needs to end. It needs to end.
Oh, I don't think so. I want it to keep going. I'm loving this new iteration of it. I know it's strayed so far from the first two seasons, but I love it.
See, because this is what, the fourth season?
Third.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. End it. I like the new direction that they went in for this season. I like the glimpses into everyone's lives, but it's so out there to end it while it's good. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know. Quit while you're ahead. I feel like that's such a thing in life that you should adapt, or everybody should adapt. I always
Except
push
for
it.
us.
Well, no, I always push it.
They're like, yeah, you guys should have ended the podcast
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Never.
Never.
But I feel attached to the characters. Like I love them all. I know.
I'm just stressed. My heart can't take it.
Oh, do you
Stressed.
know my toes curled? I grew more hair on my chest with that snake. You know how I feel about snakes.
Yes.
Hated
I'm going to have to
it.
not talk to you on Sundays, though, because you always spoil.
I didn't spoil anything.
Yes, you did. You're like,
no, I talked
you're
to
like,
you
"Have
like
you
2
watched it
days
yet?"
later.
No, you talked to me and said, are you guys going to watch Euphoria? Somebody dies.
That was all over the internet. There were.
I don't look. I avoid. Even, okay, so anyway.
I'm drinking a Thai tea, by the way.
I'm drinking bitters and soda water and lemon. There's fresh lemon in here, too.
Ooh, I just love a Thai tea so much.
I like them, too, but so much caffeine.
Black tea and condensed milk. And condensed milk is God's gift, honestly. It's so good.
Girl, if I drank one of those,
Done for.
I wouldn't be able to record right now, I'll tell you that.
You know what's interesting is coffee doesn't really do much to me anymore. Energy drinks don't do much to me anymore. Black tea fucks me up. I feel like I could shoot out of this roof right now.
Okay, that's the energy
if I
she's
tried hard enough. I don't know what it is.
Okay, do it. 1, 2, 3.
Austin, could you make me shoot out of the roof?
Austin, ejector.
Guys.
Fuck you guys.
I'm not paid enough for this shit.
Oh my God. But Vegas was such a good time. I feel like we had enough time. It was 48 hours.
Enough.
I
threw up.
Yep.
I threw up.
You threw up. You did. And
Gas
we went to Magic Mike.
We did. But I have to tell you, I know you just ignored my gas pains. I'm not talking farting. I'm not talking, I'm not gross, okay? I'm talking about anybody who's ever had like a surgery where they've had to like blow you up with gas. I was having those pains like in my back. And I was on the bathroom floor in the hotel doing like cat cow and like just stretching for hours. It was terrible. Damn. I know.
Rough.
I know. If I had died, I would have been one of those farting corpses.
What else? We went to Magic Mike. That was so much fun. You just got to do it sometimes.
Yes, we ate at a restaurant Friday night, which was, I think, one of the best restaurants I've ever eaten at. The food was so fucking good. Those fries were the best fries I've ever had.
Really good fries. It was called Lavo, Lavo.
Yes. And for Love on the Spectrum fans, the first thing I said to the waitress was, have you seen Love on the Spectrum? And she's like, no. And I'm like, okay, well, Logan and Haley went on their first date here. And we sat like right where they sat.
I still need to watch that. I haven't seen that before.
Oh, it's so good.
But the reason we were there was to go to No Doubt, which was probably one of my favorite concerts of all time. It was so much fun.
It was fun. It was very fun. You know what? Wasn't my favorite concert only because I had to take a Dramamine right before. And it was a little overwhelming, this fear. But I did appreciate so much, and I wish every concert was like this, that the set list was tried and true. It was all of the things everybody knew. They weren't trying anything funky. It was like,
no, like
so
we're not doing
good.
crazy remixes. We're not doing our new stuff. It's like they gave us what we wanted.
What we wanted.
And we had gone to the experience that day, which was cool too, because it like hyped us up, just like seeing more about all of like their history as a band and stuff, and then just seeing them play. It was so much fun. Well, there was points I know you weren't feeling great because like me and our friends Leah and Alyssa were like jumping, dancing, and then I looked at her, but you're just like heads down. Just like,
I couldn't look at it is so cool. Like, so interactive.
The sphere, you guys, is what we're talking about.
Every graphic, even the seats had like hydraulics on them or whatever. Or not, you know what I mean? What did they have? Yeah, like
well, like, yeah, they like kind of shake with the music.
They shake with the music. Like, it was so interactive. I am just the annoying, always nauseous person.
She's always nauseous.
Always. Forever. Always have been. So
yeah.
That's the only reason I'd say it wasn't one of my favorites, just because, you know.
You were going through it.
Going through it a little. I got the cutest call last night, Spence.
From who?
Okay, from Cisco's cousin, Edwin. They're like our closest family and friends. His wife texted me and was like, hey, are you up and like available for a FaceTime? And I'm like, yeah, of course. She's like, okay, so Davey, their son, was being nosy while I was on Instagram and saw me looking at obituary videos. And like, he wants to call you now. And so he wanted to FaceTime with me, and he was all shy. I'm like, I see him all the time.
And so you charged him $25.
So I said,
per
okay,
minute.
Go on over to Cameo. And
all right, sweetheart, here's what you're going to do. First of all, are you a Patreon member? Are you a Patreon? Are you subscribed?
I don't see a Davey here.
Interesting. What if you just said no?
No, I'm not taking calls at this time.
No.
But I was like, oh God, don't show him anything. But I think he loved probably the Hamburglar.
Kids gotta learn.
Kids gotta learn. Very true.
Kids gotta learn.
Okay, I have a listener email that's 2 emails. There's a follow-up.
Okay.
I read the first email like a month ago and then just got a follow-up. I didn't read it on the show, but I remember reading it and then seeing a follow-up, and I was like, oh, okay. I thought it was pretty interesting. So it says, hey, girlies, my name is Rachel. Feel free to use my name. I've written in before with a different death erection-centered story that was never read on the pod, but I thought I'd give it another go. I'm sorry. I can't believe I didn't see a death erection story. Send that in again.
Madison.
I kept it for myself.
It's my fiction. Fan fiction. I read at night.
First off, I love you both. I used to listen to a ton of podcasts due to my previous job, and now you're the only one I stuck with. Hell yeah. stood the test of time. I'm a day one obituary listener, and I started listening to Cult Leader back in Spencer's little ghost hunting era. Side note.
Oh my God.
Okay, side note, if the two of you ever did a ghost hunting adventure together, just saying, which we should.
We should. We would have the most fun doing it, I think.
We would have so much fun. So something crazy would go on.
Yeah.
Maybe terrible. I don't know, but I'm game.
But let's do it.
Let's do it. Anyway, here's the important part. I recently moved, and there are nature trails all around that lead to state parks, the river, and the nearby cemetery. How beautiful. The cemetery is beautiful. It was established in 1888, so it features some really cool older headstones, and I love walking around it. To get there from my house, I have to go in the back way through the trails, which takes you past the cemetery's dump. It's labeled Cemetery Fill on the map, which is something we're going to have to dive into, I think.
Okay, but you know what? So the mausoleum that you and I always used to go to, where we filmed our book cover, they needed a dump because it always looked, it was beautiful. It was
always under
but
construction.
The side of it, there's always just all this old shit there, like stuff they tore out from the mausoleum downstairs and stuff, and like would put out all the old cracked stone and marble or whatever. It just always looked messy.
It's still like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's kind of wild to see. There's the usual stuff. Piles of mulch from mowing, trees they tore out, old cement they replaced. Sounds like the thing. But there are also tons of old headstones, fully engraved. Some are cracked, some maybe they were replaced, but others look perfectly fine. Some look brand new. They're just stacked in piles. Maybe they're due to a misprint. Some have clearly been there for a long time and are under the dirt and weeds. Some look brand new and they are neatly stacked but identical, like maybe they made too many. There are even lids to caskets and the cement vaults they go in, but mostly headstones. It's like a graveyard for headstones. Kids are out there building little bike ramps and forts around them like it's the most normal thing in the world. I love
Doing
that.
a fucking ollie on like a...
I bet it's like great because it's smooth, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't skated in a long time, but back in my day.
Back when you were a skater, we'll say it.
We'll say it.
This could be your coming out story.
Yeah.
Madison used to shred gnar, you guys.
I did. I was always in the pool doing it. Half pipes.
Oh, honey, full pipes sometimes.
Full. Ooh, circle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. She was grinding.
I did. I skated. So one year at the Vans Warped Tour, they had this like little thing where I could skate, and I skated.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it was great. But after that
was probably the best concert of your life. It was mid-concert you were doing that. That was probably the best concert of your life.
That was. And it was it was when Gwen she went solo, and it was like a whole thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, then I had my injury where I knocked my teeth out. And so that was,
She had to stop.
I had to stop, and it was like a whole thing. I lost my sponsorships with... They called me Lefty Lucy because I was loose with it.
And she could only go left.
Yeah.
So it was,
It was a whole thing.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
It was a thing.
Yeah, it was a thing. Anyway, the cemetery is not hiding it at all. It's right out in the open. You can see it from the cemetery. I'll include pictures and show you on the map.
I forgot we were mid-email.
I know.
Until you started reading it again.
Jesus.
Sorry. Okay, go on.
Some of the grave markers are perfectly good, uncracked, beautiful stone. My husband and I joked about taking a couple and using them as pavers in our lawn, joking, obviously, I don't need that kind of bad juju. But the funniest part, we were on a walk around the neighborhood, and I noticed a house a block down from ours had pavers in their front yard. And I immediately knew they were the grave markers. They were flipped upside down so you couldn't see the engraving, but it's the same red stone, and a lot of them have these same little holes on the sides that I recognize, so it was obvious. I just thought the whole thing was really cool and so unexpected. I'm going to stop her email right there to get to her next one.
Okay.
Because she just says nice things about us. Part 2. Hey, it's Rachel again. I just wrote in about the cemetery fill near my house, and I have an update. Kinda. So I asked this little old man who's a regular at my work about our headstone pile situation. He used to be a funeral director at the largest cemetery in Seattle, allegedly. So I figured he'd be my best shot at insider cemetery intel. He explained that the headstones stacked neatly in rows are not abandoned or discarded. They are simply awaiting placement. Families have already paid for them, but the installation has not yet been scheduled. Until then, they remain in temporary storage, which in this case appears to be the public trail. And the ones in piles, he said, those are used as cemetery fill. I was like, okay, that's what the map said, but fill what exactly? What are we stuffing with headstones? He assured me they're not tossing them into open graves. Not what I was going to ask, but okay. But if the property has dips or uneven spots, they use the old stones to level things out and then plant grass over the top like nothing ever happened.
Interesting.
Very interesting. So yeah, I guess that's the answer. Now I'm imagining the geological layers of headstone under there after 138 years. Like sedimentary rock, but spooky. Or them popping after a heavy rain. Also, I'm thinking like grandma's headstone is being fucking either stolen and taken as papers or skateboarded on.
I love it.
Love it. Anyway, just wanted to share the updated info. Bye. Thank you. That's so interesting.
Oh, I love it, Rachel. I mean, I like that you did some boots on the ground journalism.
I love
reporting.
That.
You went to the right guy.
You did. You really did. I wonder if I'm sure he has crazy stories.
Oh, yeah.
So please let us know.
Yeah, have him write in.
Yeah, actually.
Oh my God, I love it. Well, I have some assholes for us. Well, potentially.
Oh.
We'll see.
Okay.
And this first one says, am I the asshole for being hurt that my mother didn't help me?
Okay.
My 35 female husband, 35 male, passed away a month and a half ago. I had to pack up all of my belongings, all of my children's belongings, and move states in order to be close to family as I had zero support system where I was. When I got where I am, a few family members came and helped me unload my boxes and furniture and headed back to their jobs and lives. It was so unbelievably helpful, as packing the truck all by myself was such a miserable experience. My mother was not one of the people that helped me. No real reason, just didn't come help. And it's fine, she's 60 and couldn't really unload boxes and furniture, so I wrote that off. My older sister came and brought both of her sons to help. I explained that I needed the oldest to stay and help me put up some shelves and that I would drive him home after. And she agreed and took her middle son home. Cut to 5 hours later at 8:30 p.m. After 13 hours of unloading furniture and boxes and unpacking, my body hurts. I'm exhausted physically, emotionally, and mentally. I'm just wiped. So I call my sister and ask her if she can come grab her son, and she apologizes profusely but explains she had been drinking some beer that she had in the fridge and couldn't drive. So I called my mother and asked her if she could come pick him up. Without thought, without consideration, without a moment of pause, she says, "Brenda, I just can't. I have horrible anxiety driving at night." I won't go into history, but this has been an issue with her for a while. She's too feeble, too scared, too weak, excuse after excuse. So I told her as much, that we're all sick and tired of hearing how she's too insert adjective to help us. It's gotten old, especially when she fully expects my sister and I to take care of her. I hoped and prayed she would see the misery that her daughter was going through and would have gotten up and helped me. I'm dumb for it, I know. But now she's telling me I'm an asshole because I didn't put her feelings before mine and understand her anxiety. Am I wrong for being hurt? Am I the asshole for not putting her anxiety at ease before my exhaustion? Also, after the incident, she ignored me for 15 days, didn't reach out, didn't call and check in on my children and I, hasn't even seen my place since we moved in and unpacked. She just doesn't seem to care about the load on my shoulders and heart.
Is she the asshole for...
So she's asking if she's the asshole for calling her mom out.
I mean, no, I don't think you're an asshole for calling your mom out. The only thing is, I'm like, okay, well, the plan was to have the kid and take him home yourself, right? But then you decided that you were too tired and exhausted, which is valid. Totally get it. But you can't be mad at somebody for saying, no, sorry, that wasn't the plan.
Right.
So
I agree.
I don't know. But I also understand that, there's it. I guess this was the cherry on top for this person, it sounds like, with their
I mean, I
mom?
think she's just exhausted. Yeah, for the mom or for her?
With the mom. This was her
with the mom.
cherry
Yeah.
on top with the mom.
I think so.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it just, you're not an asshole. Your feelings are valid, but also work it out. Figure it out.
That's kind of what everyone said. She was voted the asshole, but people were more so like, you're slightly the asshole. People were like, you're the one who told your sister and nephew that you needed him to stay. You volunteered to drive him home. Like, it would have been nice for your mom to be able to do it, but she's not an asshole, like, for not doing it.
Yeah.
Everyone else was kind of just like, get an Uber.
Put him in a Waymo. I don't get it.
Yeah. Put him in a Waymo. Yeah. And then the second one says, this is not related at all, but it is related to us. It says, would I be the asshole for serving off-brand Diet Coke at a party?
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
It says, my girlfriend 32 and I 33 are hosting a Memorial Day potluck tomorrow. We're expecting probably 40 to 60 people. It's BYOB, but we're providing mixers. Between non-drinkers and people making mixed drinks, we expect to go through a lot of soda. A while back, we wound up with a 12-pack of Aldi brand Diet Coke from an Instacart order when they were out of normal Diet Coke. We also have a couple of 2-liter bottles and some normal cans of on-brand Diet Coke. For context, my girlfriend is a Diet Coke fiend and drinks at least 2 cans a day. As a result, our house... That's not a fiend, honey.
It's normal, yeah.
Yeah. As a result, our house is well stocked with Diet Coke. I'm not a big soda drinker, so I almost never have any, especially not at home. Oh, well, aren't you just the best?
Better than
person?
everyone else, yeah.
Just making them the asshole. She's adamant that we should not serve off-brand stuff to guests as it's tacky and inconsiderate. People are really passionate about Diet Coke. And when hosting an event, we want our guests to have the best. I agreed not wanting to serve something subpar to our guests, but given that she hasn't even tried the Aldi brand, I don't think it makes sense to assume that it's inferior.
It is.
Well, honey, okay.
We know I've been to Aldi, by the way.
Yeah,
you know I've shopped there. Remember, I fucking was like, oh, we have to pay for the carts. Yeah.
Anyways, they got into an argument about it, and he said, like, basically he's just asking if he's the asshole, if they have off-brand Diet Coke there. And I just thought it was funny because I'm like, Diet Coke is the one soda that is so specific, I feel like.
It is.
I know other people feel that way about theirs. But like for me, if I was like Dr. Pepper or Mr. Pibb, I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Or like Sprite or 7-Up. Diet Coke is just one thing that can't be replicated.
Fully. And it doesn't seem like it's like a money issue, right? Like I understand you want to have a party, but like it's like, oh, you know, this is so much less expensive. Why doesn't she just go get the Diet Coke? Like, I know these people have too much time on their hands.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, I didn't even read the whole fucking thing because it was too long. But like, you have, in all that time writing, you could have just gone. You could have Instacarted more Diet Coke.
Yeah, but it feels like a cheap thing. Like, well, yeah, you drink 2 Diet Cokes a day, but like that's for, I don't like that when people are like hoardy. Like, we'll have the real Diet Cokes. We just can't serve that to our guests.
The worst was like going to other people's houses for dinner growing up and like having to deal with whatever their drink situation was. Like I remember being a little kid and going, I was such a brat. I went to our neighbor's house for dinner and they were giving their kids milk and I was raised by a Lorelei. Like there was soda in our house. And so I remember being like, okay. And they were like, oh, we don't have soda. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll just go get some and come back.
No.
And they were like, no, you can't do that.
One of my favorite stories is, I don't even think I was born yet. Well, maybe I was a baby, but my brother had a friend who grew up in a household that was very much restrictive, like very much like, you know, no sugar, no this, no that. And this is like 90s, like 80s, 90s.
Like we were running purely on Gushers and Yogurts.
Yeah. And my mom remembers taking the kid home and him getting out of the car and in his pockets, falling out of his pockets, M&M's, Skittles, whatever he stole from our house. And I'm like, yeah, you can't restrict like that.
No.
I also had a friend who did have sodas, and I guess this is a good thing that she did, but I never did it. I always raw dogged a can and didn't, whatever, she would wash off the top always, which I get is smart, right? You should.
Yeah.
Never in my life have done that. Never in my life will.
No.
But I remember feeling like, oh, she's better than me. Like,
yeah, like, girl,
damn.
I'm from the wrong side of the tracks.
Yeah. Right
like
up.
licking it, like,
yeah, yummy.
Well, I have another one too that was like,
and then sticking holes in it and smoking out of it. But that's another story.
Girl, that was me on fucking family vacations, like pulling out a can and like, stabbing little holes in it, just like.
Yeah. Damn.
I wish I had that in me still.
Not me.
Oh, I do. Weed. I wish I could be a normal.
Oh,
I wish I was one of those people who was like, I could just get stoned and laugh and sit, but not me, girl.
The cops are coming. We need to go to the hospital. Everything's bad.
My mom had a friend named Monica, and
cool.
I remember being little and Monica always had new boyfriends, and I was friends with her son, and so like sometimes he'd come to our house or sometimes I'd go to theirs, and I went out to dinner, I remember, with Monica and her new boyfriend and the son, and she had just started dating this guy, and we went out to dinner at like a fucking TGI Fridays or something, and I ordered a 7-Up, and he was like, no, you'll have milk.
Bitch, what?
Bitch. Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. I'm like, you've been dating her for 11-year-old me was like clocking, like, you're new here.
Monica?
You're not going to fucking tell me to drink milk.
Monica, are you going to let this guy talk to me?
Yeah,
like
I'm looking
that?
at her. I'm like, Monica. Monica, can I have a word, please?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like 10. I'm like, grab her by your Monica. Can we have a private discussion? Let's offline this really quick.
Yeah. This
the
is
fuck
ridiculous.
is going on here? Milk?
Monica, you've lost your mind.
Sick bitch.
Do you know where she is now?
Dead. Not really. I don't know.
Oh.
She overdosed on milk.
Lactose
infection. Yeah, lactose related. Don't know where she is now. So
God.
That's the beverage section of the show.
Actually, we're not done with milk.
Oh.
I have a side bitch.
You just pull out your tits.
We're not done.
Actually,
guys.
we're not done. As you a magic Mike. Not actually, though, because a guy came over to try and dance on her, and she's like, no.
I got nervous.
You were up there like, yeah, baby.
Yeah, but then he came up.
Pull out your dick. And then he came over, and you're like,
well, because they like grind. They get nasty.
Grind on me. Yeah, I have a video of our friend getting essentially fucked.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't handle it. Could not handle it. Well, you're up first this week. So I have a side bitch.
Okay.
The milk will make sense, okay?
All right. Milk it for all it's worth, girl.
Oh, I will. This is from the North Star. Monday, July 18th, 1921. Fatal ice cream. Nurse's death after seaside trip. Distressing circumstances are connected with the death of Nurse Bessie Jock, a senior nurse at Stannington Sanatorium and daughter of Mr. Luke Jacques of Middle Row Bates Cottages. With one of her sisters, she visited Whitley Bay on Thursday and had ice cream. On her return to her home, she complained of pains in the head, and on Friday she became ill. In the evening, she was unconscious. It was decided to take her to the Royal Infirmary, Newcastle, on Saturday night, but she succumbed on the journey, death being due to inflammation in the head.
Oh, from ice cream?
Milk, yeah.
Damn.
I know.
Big dairy's at it again.
Yep.
Can I tell you?
No.
We're like trying to like be good about like our sweets.
Mm-hmm. I ate gummy bears on the couch last night.
Hell yeah. As you should. I wish I did. But the other night was our cheat night, and so
we cheated on each other.
No, our cheat night is ice cream. And we ordered handles, and you can order like a 4-scoop sampler, it's called. And basically, they give you just like a small scoop of 4 different kinds.
Yes. Oh, yum.
And so we ordered that, and I always get a No, they call theirs a hurricane, I think. It's like a blizzard, though, or a McFlurry, where it's like vanilla ice cream, and then I get extra Reese's peanut butter cups in
Yum.
there. Just the biting into the side of a Reese's cup.
Yeah, that's kind of
with the
frozen,
vanilla
like
ice cream.
slightly. Yeah.
I was
know.
so excited to experience that after not having sweets. The delivery gets there.
Okay.
And I need to do this like a Hulu
Yeah, okay.
like a Hulu sit down. Hold on.
Yeah.
The delivery got to our door. In it is the 4-scoop sampler. Nowhere in sight is the hurricane.
Hurricane Spencer.
Hurricane Spencer came out full force.
What happened?
What's going on? What's going on? Damn it. Damn it to hell. That's how I felt.
Do something.
Internally, I've been emotional this past week. I've just been like in my feelings. Mm-hmm. I'm just homesick right now. I'm girly sick.
Girly sick, I know.
I can't talk about it. I'll cry, honestly. I wanna go
I'm
home.
hungry. I'm hungry.
Ooh,
Yeah.
me too. Well, anyway, so it's not there. So Shane like calls the driver and it's like, hey, like, did you happen to like see, did you maybe like accidentally forget that?
He's like,
and he's, what did you say? No. And he's like, no, they just literally handed me that bag and that was it. And so it was a catastrophe. And when you're already feeling just fragile, and I think I was tired. We had just gotten back from Vegas and stuff. I was just like feeling fragile already. And when that happened, I was like, this is one of the things that could just send me over the fucking edge right now.
Yeah. Totally. 100%.
You think you have problems?
No, but it's like, like growing up, I feel like with my mom, she's always so sweet, so like even keeled always. But like, when a mom is just like had it, and
Yeah.
like one thing will fucking set her off. And I remember one time she was like, my dad and I agreed on something, which never happened. And she said, fuck all you people. And it was just me and my dad.
It's just so
like,
shocking. It's cemented.
she just lost it, It's like, I knew other shit probably built up, but like that is what did it.
Oh, my mom used to she'd clap at us.
Oh, yeah.
Or she'd do, it's how I used to when I was little. I'd like make fun of her. I'd go, like if she was like stressed out, I'd be like.
Isn't it so sad to think about like the shit that like they were probably going through?
Like they're dealing with like real problems and then their kid is an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Our poor parents with us. They're just happy we're not in prison. They're happy. They're like, oh my God, something worked for them.
Something.
Okay.
I
We'll
know.
support it.
I know. Fully.
Oh my God. Love them.
Love them. One time my mom lost it. We'll cut this out. But
No, just say it.
she
Say it.
She used to drive this little Mercedes. I stole it one time when I was like 13, drove it around the block, parked it the wrong way. Nobody noticed or nobody said anything, I guess. And then I remember, I think I was like 8 or something. I remember I was like mouthing off in the front seat,
Uh-huh.
like, and like she was driving and it
Backhand you?
No, she scared the shit out of me. I was silent. She was driving and then went.
I get it. My mom one time reached back and my mom never laid a hand on me, but one time she reached back and twisted my lips.
She probably had it.
Had it. And I get it now.
I want to twist your lips.
I get it now. She reached back. Look who's still talking. Look who's still talking.
Were you gagged though?
Yeah, I stopped.
You were like,
I stopped. This was the 90s. There wasn't gentle parenting happening.
No,
okay?
honey.
It wasn't like, okay, let's redirect this.
please. It was also, we had
redirect.
siblings. So like
Yeah.
I'm the baby of 5. You're what? The second
Middle.
of
Yeah,
4. And so it's like,
They'd had it.
wild. And we're all fighting for our lives.
Yeah, they're not going, okay, so I think what we're feeling right now is a little overwhelmed. I think you're a little overwhelmed.
Yeah.
They're like, if you don't stop it, I'm going to pinch
the
back of your arm.
The not moving, the
teeth clenched.
You
Stop
knew.
It.
Yeah, you knew.
Stop it right now. God love them. We got to get to business here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, I'm going to tell you what had me spinning in my coffin this week.
Alrighty.
We'll be right back.
And we're back. Spencer, untwist those lips and tell us about your coffin spinner.
Can't stop me now, Mom. Okay, I'm so fucking excited. Like, truly so excited. Girly Geoffs. If you haven't already, you need to finish this episode, leave us a glowing review, and then you have to go sit down and watch the many lives of Benjamin Kyle.
I'm going to watch that this weekend.
It's on HBO. It's 4 episodes. It is fantastic.
Okay.
I loved it. I'm not going to spoil it, but I'll give you guys just a quick basic breakdown of what the docuseries is about because it led me to today's coffin spinner.
Yes. Wait, also, you gave me a breakdown, I think, the other day, which is why I already know I'm going to watch it.
Yes.
Just so you guys know.
I had break that fourth wall, Diva.
Yeah.
I had no idea what journey I was going to embark on when I started that first episode of the show because it's so rare that I will just start something that's on there. But it was literally it popped up. We get stuck in the scrolling to look for something until you find the fucking thing and then an hour passes or whatever. So we're let's just watch this. You guys, okay. You are introduced in this docuseries to a man named Benjamin Kyle. Again, I won't spoil anything. But in 2004, Benjamin was found naked behind a dumpster outside of a Burger King in Richmond Hill, Virginia. Somebody called 911, I think, who worked at the restaurant, the Burger King, and was like, hey, there's a man back here, blah, blah, blah. He's brought to the hospital. He's very much alive, but he has no idea what his name is or pretty much any memory of anything whatsoever. And it seemed like he was suffering from this extremely rare type of amnesia where he just appeared to have no memories at all. And so a nurse from the hospital actually ended up taking him in, offered him a place to live, and he spent the next few years trying to remember who he was. And then in 2008, he appeared on an episode of Dr. Phil in hopes of somebody being able to recognize him.
Oh.
3 years after that, in 2011, a student named John Wilkstrom from the Florida State University's College of Motion Pictures finds out about this guy's story. And he's like, you know what? This would make such a good documentary. And so he made a documentary. It led to a ton of exposure, but they still didn't know who this guy was. So eventually this couple, the filmmakers, Eric and Shannon Evangelista, they also made the Curious Case of Natalia Grace docuseries. They picked up the story and they were like, we're going to film a documentary on this. And it led to some startling discoveries. Let me just say that man did not have amnesia.
Oh, shit. Okay. Wait, is this a newer documentary?
Brand new, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, they filmed it for years, but it's brand new out.
Got it.
But the tales that unfold throughout this docuseries, the side quest that they go on, it's one of those ones where you're watching it, and at a certain point, whoever you're watching it with, or if you're watching it alone, you look over and you're like...
A jaw dropper.
A jaw dropper.
Okay.
And in the docuseries, you are introduced to a lot of really interesting side characters, which is personally my favorite thing about documentaries.
Yeah,
is
totally.
Just the people.
Yeah.
And there is a woman in this, and her name is, I believe it's Ila. I don't know if it's Ela or Isla. I'm gonna say Ela. I feel like it's Ela.
Okay.
I can't remember how they pronounce it in the show, but Ela Solomon. And she lived in Benjamin's hometown of Lafayette, Indiana. Her story, they kind of touch on.
Okay.
they mentioned something in her story, and I looked at the champ and I'm like, oh shit. He's like, yeah, that's, you got to talk about that. But it was such a brief segment in the documentary or the docuseries that once I started looking into the story more, I was like, this is actually so fucking insane, this Hila woman's story. So I'm gonna tell you about Hila in this Coffin Spinner. And again, it's not gonna spoil anything for the docuseries. In fact, I think it's gonna make your watch experience that much better.
Cool.
Knowing her background.
Oh, cool.
And of course, this is all based on the articles linked in the show notes. So we'll throw up a big allegedly in front of all of this.
So in 2000, which that was 26 years ago.
That's
How crazy is that?
Crazy.
Hila, who was around 40 years old at the time, got together with a man named Gerald Gavin, and his nickname was Scooter. So we'll call him Scooter from here on out. Scooter and Hila, they become a couple. And he was 73 years old at the time.
Okay.
So an older man. And the two of them were together for 12 years before getting married finally in 2012. Unfortunately, though, in 2014, Scooter passed away. And his obituary read, Gerald Francis Gavin III passed away in Lafayette. Memorial. I don't know if it's Lafayette or Lafayette when it comes to Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
It's different everywhere. A memorial mass will be held on Thursday, October 2nd, 2014 at 10:30 a.m. at the Cathedral of St. Mary of the Immaculate Conception with Father Geoff Martin officiating. Didn't really get many details from there, so I had to keep digging, but something that stood out to me about this man's obituary is that it didn't come out until, the end of September of 2014, stating his memorial would take place, the following week in October. But he had actually died several months prior. So I'm like, okay, what's the holdup here? Why'd his obituary come out so long after his death? Why was his memorial so long after his death? Well, that's what makes the story so insane. So Scooter, he was a pretty well-liked guy in their Highland Park neighborhood. He'd sit out on the porch, he would talk to friends in the neighborhood. But in May of 2014, people started to get really worried because they had not seen Scooter in some time. And on May 4th of 2014, the police show up at Hila and Scooter's home to do a welfare check. And she tells the responding officers that she's like, oh, Scooter, he's just out of town. They question her some more, and then she tells them, oh, actually, he had a stroke, actually, and he's living in a senior living home. He doesn't live here anymore. And so they're like, all right, ma'am, do you mind if we come inside and look around?
Uh-oh.
Girl, they go inside, and it is horrific.
Oh.
It is horrific.
Shit.
They see, in the middle of the living room, on the floor, they see a tarp and some bedding tossed on the floor. And sure as shit, they lift it up, and Scooter's badly decomposed body is under there.
Oh, God.
And she goes, well, okay. He died 5 days ago. And listen, the reason that I kept his body there instead of, calling the funeral home, she's like, listen, he was in the war. He fought in World War II. She says that the men he fought alongside with in the war who died on the beaches of Normandy were eaten by birds after passing away. And she's like, that's what Scooter wanted for himself. She said he wanted, I believe this is a direct quote, that she wanted him to have a bird's eye view again.
Oh, clever.
So she's like, Scooter wanted this. He wanted to be eaten by birds. And so her plan was to just leave the doors and windows open. And she thought birds would come in and eat his corpse.
Oh, then not even put him outside?
Not even put him outside. Just leave him there in the living room.
Oh, God. Okay. Did it work?
Well, according to Hila, the birds were not showing up as planned. I'm just picturing that. Do you really think, and I do think she thought this maybe. Do you really think the birds are just going to be like, oh, a house?
Hello.
Let's let ourselves in. No.
They're not rats.
Yeah. So, wait for those. So she
God.
decided to speed up the decomposition process. She sprinkled lime on top of his body and then also filled the living room with dehumidifiers and heat lamps. I cannot imagine what that smelled like. I cannot imagine.
So she was lamp?
Essentially mummifying him. And I guess there were also rats eating away parts of his body. But she's like, oh, no. I didn't bring the rats in. They're there because we have a pet snake. Scooter had a snake, and we feed the rats to the snake. But then this is your nightmare house to walk into.
Nightmare, yeah.
And especially after reading that Grady Hendrix book with the rats in the living room, I was just picturing it like, ugh, I hate it so much. And she also says, she's like, I didn't put the heat lamps there. You know, somebody broke in to our house and they put them there to make it look bad so that I couldn't get my hands on Scooter's trust fund.
Okay, now, you know, there's one thing when it's like, okay, this lady's a little kooky. She's probably going to get charged with something with a corpse. But now it's feeling very criminal.
Yeah, so obviously this is insane, right? They send his remains after they peel him up, because you got to imagine he's been laying there for a while.
Yeah.
They peel him up, send what the rats didn't eat to the county coroner, a woman named Donna Avolt. And she's like, this man did not die 5 days ago. This man did not die 5 weeks ago. This man has been dead for more than 9 months.
Oh my God, the smells.
So for almost a year, she had just been going about her daily life, stepping over him to get to she doesn't have an espresso. She has a Keurig, I bet. She's stepping over to go to the Keurig. Okay. And just stepping over the body. Meanwhile, like, she's just going about her life, her day to day, while he's literally melting into the floor.
Now, did he die of natural causes?
This is undetermined. I believe he did. She said he had a stroke, and the results were he had been decomposing for so long that I don't think they had definitive results. But she's never been charged with murder.
Okay.
So I don't believe they found anything conclusive that she had something to do with his death itself. It was more so the aftercare.
Is she serving time for like desecration of a corpse? Or?
No. Oh. So the whole time, neighbors say she was living as normal. Some even recounted to reporters, like, I'd been to the house. Like, I'd sat on the porch with Hila and had coffee with her, talking with her and everything. And I think she was just telling everyone this story that, oh, he's on vacation. You know, like, oh, he's out of town. He's traveling. So
you really never know what's going on in someone's house.
No.
That's crazy.
No. I'm like, what the hell is going on here, right? Well, I have a potential motive. Hila had been cashing Scooter's Social Security and pension checks throughout that entire time.
Yeah.
And even worse, in my opinion, she was collecting the $250 a month check that he received as a Purple Heart recipient for gunshot wounds he'd received during World War II. And I'm like, girl, there's a special place in hell. Like, that's dirty.
Yeah, that is dirty.
Not only that, but I read, like, she, as his spouse, would have been entitled to, I think, 75% of his, like, the checks that he was getting, like 75% of the dollar amount or whatever. But you have to go on and, like, fill out forms, declare their death and stuff. So she could have legally gotten that money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just crazy work on her behalf. She said she was in the process of trying to get his body to a body farm in Texas so that he could be eaten by birds there. Which, sure,
Mama, you are having a body farm. You are doing the body farm.
Mama, we have a body farm behind you.
Yeah, with the heat lamps,
in the
like,
living
all
room,
of
girl. It. Yeah, but she maintained that she's like, I loved Scooter. I would have done anything for him.
Damn.
Obviously, there's consequences to all of this. I mean, body aside, which in Indiana, you have to report a death in like a 3-hour time window upon discovery.
Yeah.
But in addition to that, she committed fraud. So a judge ordered her to pay back the money that she'd received fraudulently. And I was laughing because when she was talking to the judge, she said, I'm kind of dumb. And then also, when she was talking to a news outlet later, she's like, I paid back everything. Like, I paid everything back. But then she kept talking and she's like, well, I mean, they took the money. Did they just go into your account? They just could take it from you. Did you know that? You know, it's like, girl. But we're not done.
Oh, shit.
So Hila had told the papers that Scooter was, you know, her love and he was her one and only husband she'd ever married.
Okay.
And it seemed true because it said that on their marriage certificate that she had never been married before. Well, a publication called the Journal Courier, they did an expose on Hila. And during their investigation, they find out that is not the truth whatsoever. She had been married 4 times. And She had only been divorced from her third husband in 2009. So 9 years into her relationship with Scooter, she was still married technically to another man.
I love it.
But what's even stranger is that apparently she was originally Scooter's live-in caretaker. So some might assume she moved in as his caretaker and then found out that he was getting these checks or whatever and decided to marry him, or maybe found out about a trust fund of sorts and was like,
Now it's looking a little more
it's looking suspicious.
like murder.
What's even weirder is I find out later on she grew up around Scooter, and growing up she called him Uncle Red. He was like an uncle figure to her.
Fuck. Okay.
Well, and then she also had been married back in 1978, which I believe was her first marriage. 9 days after she divorced that guy, she married a truck driver. And then they divorced, which led her to that third marriage. And then finally her marriage to Scooter. Not her final marriage, though. I don't know, but I assume she will be walking down that aisle again.
Good for her. I do love a woman who just keeps it going.
But she denied the marriages.
Well,
she told the
yeah.
press, she's like, oh, no, I wasn't married to that guy. No, not
She
that guy
knows
either.
what it
Oh, that
looks
guy was
like.
my tenant. Like,
Yeah.
had all these stories. And she's like, no. But her story is far from over. I doubt this is the last we'll hear of her, but I'm jealous of you who have yet to watch the docuseries, because now when you watch it, she's just going to appear briefly in it, but you'll know her whole backstory. And
Cool.
I think that's so fun.
Oh, I know I'm going to be like pausing it like Cisco. Yeah.
I hope all of the Geoffs are doing that. So if you guys haven't watched it, again, it's called The Many Lives of Benjamin Kyle. And that's not even his real name, I'll tell you that much.
Oh my
But
God, I can't
there's
wait.
So much. There's so much in it, and I just can't wait to talk about all of it.
Oh my God, I'm excited. I feel
You
like
have to watch
HBO should pay you for this.
I'm listening. I'm willing to receive
Yeah.
money from HBO.
So good.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
gosh.
that was what had me spinning in my coffin this week, and I loved it because it's fun just finding like a little nugget of information in something and then being able to
Deep
like
diving.
find the full story.
Yeah, that's insane.
Love
She
it.
needs her own documentary.
Give her a reality show.
Give her a reality show.
I want Real Housewives of Lafayette, Indiana, and I want her as the main girl.
Yeah.
Whoa, we have to take a quick break.
Oh,
and when we come
okay.
back, Madison's going to tell us what had her spinning in her coffin.
Alrighty.
We'll be right back. And we're back. Girly, what had you spinning in your coffin this week?
Well, this week, what had me spinning in my coffin were epitaphs that exposed the fuck out of people.
Okay. Oh my God, perfect for my obituary.
Oh, okay. Perfect. This actually isn't the first time I've done this. I think I've done an episode like this before, but
It's not her first rodeo.
It's not my first rodeo, but it is so interesting, and there's so many that I'm going to have to cover, throughout the years. These headstones had epitaphs that instead of saying like sweet things like gone too soon or forever in our hearts, these epitaphs actually told the truth and basically publicly shamed people,
Love.
named murderers. Basically, if you deserved it, which I love, like you were called out. Let's start out in Alabama in 1931. We have Ethel Price's headstone, and I sent you the picture. It's kind of hard to read because it's pretty worn, but I'm going to tell you the scandalous fucking story about it.
Ethel Wright.
Yes.
Okay.
Ethel Price Wright.
I have it up.
Perfect. You'll see why they didn't put Price, because that's her married name. So
Okay.
Ethel was a young, only 24 years old, beautiful mother to a young daughter named Winnie Ruth. She was also married to a man named Henry Clayton Price Jr., which reminds me of your name a little bit.
It's got 2 of them in there, 2 out of 3.
Got 2 of them in there. Well, on November 12th, 1931, Ethel and her husband were out driving, and they picked up a friend and had the friend drive because I guess, like, the story is that the headlights went out in their car, and so the friend, like, was good at driving and could kind of help them navigate. Well, tragically, the car plunges off an embankment. And that friend that was driving was able to tuck and roll out of the car before it plunged, and he was able to go get help. When help arrived, they found both Ethel Price and her husband at the bottom of the embankment in need of serious help. Ethel was pronounced dead at the scene, and Henry, her husband, was badly bruised and taken to the hospital. Everyone in town felt terrible for him. Like all the newspaper articles, they were like, oh, he's going to have to raise his young daughter by himself. And it was just sad, right? Well, then investigators discover some shit. And the man who was riding with them comes forward and gives a statement to the police. And his name is Wallace Bowen. He had been in the car that night with them, and according to him, it was not an accident at all. According to his statement, Henry Clayton Price, the husband, he suddenly asked to switch seats with Wallace Bowen because he had indigestion and wasn't feeling well. So Wallace starts driving while Ethel sits in the passenger seat. Then in the back seat, Henry Clayton allegedly hits Ethel in the head with a piece of iron. Wallace says that Ethel cried out and just said, "Oh, HC." Then, according to the statement, he hits her again. Wallace says he stops the car and gets out and is panicked, runs. Well, then HC climbs over the seat, revs the engine, and fucking sends the car off into the embankment with Ethel still inside.
God.
And allegedly after this, Henry Clayton threatens Wallace and is like, if you tell anybody, I will kill you. I will kill you. I'll kill your family, everything. The craziest part is that according to Wallace, Henry Clayton admits that he wasn't even hurt badly, but planned to, quote, go to the funeral in an ambulance to make it look convincing.
That's dramatic.
Now, obviously, the defense argued that Wallace was lying and trying to save himself, blah, 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 blah. But ultimately, Henry Clayton Price Jr. was convicted of murdering his wife and sentenced to life in prison. But Ethel's family was like, okay, we got some justice, but we're not going to let anybody fucking forget what happened. So on Ethel's gravestone, it's engraved. It says, murdered by her husband, H.C. Price Jr., so hard in the bloom of life to have her life stolen by the one who promised to keep and protect through this life. Sleep on, precious child and mother. We hope to meet and see you some sweet day.
Crazy.
I know. I love calling him out.
Oh, yeah, because, his family was probably like, well, don't say that.
Don't say that, but it's the truth.
Yeah, she said everyone's going to know who you are and what you did.
Which I love because you walk by gravestones and, they do just either say the name or whatever. You don't really know unless you research it. So there, if you walk by, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, this next one is just kind of freaky. And it sounds fake or out of a horror movie, but it's very real. In Salt Lake City, there's a tiny gravestone that just says, Lily E. Gray, victim of the beast 666.
I've seen this one.
Okay. Do you know the backstory?
I don't think so.
Okay. It's crazy. So it became popular in a local legend, oh, she either was possessed or a satanic ritual or whatever. But according to records, she died in 1958 at 77 years old, just from natural causes. Her husband decided that it would be the perfect epitaph, I guess. So I had to learn, more about him. Was it a joke? That would be funny if it was a joke, right? But it wasn't. So Lily marries this man named Elmer Gray later in life after moving to Salt Lake City. And he was very weird. He had a criminal record and was kind of like a conspiracy theorist, and he suffered from a lot of paranoia about the government.
Okay.
And he believed that he was constantly being like persecuted by what he called the beast. Well, the beast 666 was actually just the government and the legal system. That's like what he referred to. And at one
I'm
point,
with him.
I know. But at one point, he like wrote letters claiming that he'd been kidnapped by Democrats. And like he was just, you agree with him?
Probably, honey. Probably true.
He was just wild. So she fucking caught a stray from her wild husband. And that's what he put on her headstone.
Now it makes me want to have something mysterious on mine so that people like, I want everyone to be like, wait.
I know.
What do you mean?
I know.
Like the man who knew too much.
The man who knew too much. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Yours is going to be just a skateboard.
I know. Cool. I love that. Okay. I have a Tennessee story for you.
Okay.
Okay. And this one's shady and crazy. I wish I would have known about it when we visited Memphis because it takes place in Memphis.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, this was about Wade Hampton Bolton. I think there's Bolton University and there's like a couple schools with that name and it has to do with him. Anybody from Memphis or
Okay.
Yeah. But he was extremely unpleasant and nobody who knew him liked him. Like, he was a wealthy, prominent guy in the 1800s, and publicly he was seen as this philanthropist. He donated land. He helped support Stonewall Jackson's widow, who was like a Confederate soldier, and he helped fund schools. The people that knew him, like, just didn't
Like he's a
like
dog.
him. Yeah, and I think about that, like, when you look at social media, you know, I know that there's people on there that probably seem, like, wonderful, and then in person, they're not.
I know plenty of them.
Yeah, totally. So I think it was kind of like that. So Wade's family, the Boltons, were involved in a 13-year feud with another family called the Dickens. You search these names in like newspaper archives and it's the Bolton Dickens family feud.
Oh, we love a feud. Yeah.
These people fucking hated each other, but it was really fucking messy. And all of these people seemed like fucking assholes. About 12 family members total from each side died during this feud. Like, it was pretty crazy. But again, they were like weirdly enmeshed with each other. Like, some of them married each other and it was a whole thing. A mess.
Romeo and Juliet.
I guess.
The Capulets versus
the Montagues.
The Montagues.
Yeah, but these people were they were in the slave trade business together. So I have zero sympathy for any of them.
Yeah.
So the feud started over a dispute involving the cotton and slave trade that Wade co-owned with members of the Dickens family from before the Civil War. The company bought and sold a 23-year-old enslaved man who was later discovered to actually be free and indentured, which then triggered a bunch of lawsuits and accusations and like arguments over legal expenses and basically just launched everybody into like decades of chaos. The lawsuits and court battles kept escalating before and after the Civil War until eventually Wade Bolton gets shot by Thomas Dickens in 1869. He gets murdered, but there are stories that like Wade Bolton rode home to tell his wife like, I hope I die so Thomas gets arrested for murder. Like, he fucking hated each other. Well, he did die. Thomas Dickens is acquitted of all murder charges.
Because everyone hated him.
Low-key, I think that's
yeah.
Kind of why. Anyway, Wade's will is a good view into him. He was petty and mean. He was rich. He had lots of money and land. And I found the actual will online and read through it, like on one of those court pages.
Uh-huh.
I have it linked if you guys want to go and read it. But What's fascinating is that the entire will is centered around this insane feud between the families. So first he starts like semi-normal. He requests to be buried like with a suitable monument erected in his memory, which he gets. Then he leaves property and money to his wife, Lavinia, but there's a catch because she only gets the full amount if she does not involve my estate in unnecessary litigation, which he was the fucking troublemaker. I don't think she was. Then the will starts getting weirder. So he basically begins like financially rewarding people based on whether they supported him during the feud. At one point, he leaves a relative, Seth Bolton, $5,000 only if Seth helps defeat what Wade calls the gigantic swindle, which is the lawsuits with the Dickens family. Then his niece, Josephine, he leaves only $5 because Josephine went and married one of the Dickens.
Better than nothing.
Better than nothing, but he explains the amount by saying it's, quote, 1/6 of what Judas got for betraying the Lord.
Amen.
So his grave monument is in Elmwood Cemetery in Memphis, Tennessee, and it's a full-on statue with him. What's funny is that all the Dickens are buried there too. Like they're never going to get away from each other. However, there are key things that are shady, which I sent you the pictures. You can't see unless you look up close, but his shoes are untied. His buttons on his vest are buttoned all incorrectly.
Honey, a mess.
A mess. And then
he looks terrible.
He looks terrible. And then his hand is behind his back and his fingers are crossed.
Calling him a liar.
Yeah. He's a little bit.
Shit, that's diabolical.
But that's, I guess, what his wife wanted. Like, just like that. I guess it was how he looked and how he lived. There's drama there. Like, he left her 300 acres and a $10,000 insurance policy and then $10,000 in cash. But then she sued the estate. Like, it's a whole fucking mess.
It's messy.
It's messy. But I'm like, yeah, he got his monument, but it's shady. Shoes untied. Shady. Buttoned wrong.
Girl, I'm going to make you one and your ankle's going to be like wonky. Your wig is going to be slipping off.
Damn. Fuck you. God. Okay. Last but not least, we have Moses Harshaw. And he was the fucking meanest man alive. And his grave fits perfectly. His headstone reads, Moses Harshaw, 1794 to 1858, died and gone to hell.
Oh, shit.
Moses was a horrifying man. He lived in Georgia in the 1800s. He was a lawyer. He was a plantation owner. And according to some court records and just like local history, he was repeatedly charged with assault and he was extremely cruel to enslaved people. There are like fucking horrific stories that I read about that I don't even feel comfortable regurgitating because they're just gross. But I will tell you about a burial dress that just fucking explains what a piece of shit he is. So, according to oral history, I'll say, either one of his daughters or an enslaved little girl who lived on his plantation died while Moses was away from home. While he was gone, his wife buys the little girl a new dress to be buried in. Well, when Moses gets home and finds out about this new dress that was bought and like the cost of it, he goes berserk and he has the body exhumed and the dress taken off the corpse.
What the fuck?
I know.
That is a monster.
Fucking monster.
Oh, he deserved that headstone.
I know. So, well, by this point, it's around the 1850s, and Georgia finally allows for legal separation between married people. And his wife, Nancy, goes and gets legally separated. She's like, fuck you. Well, then Moses dies in 1858, and Nancy is the one who had this headstone erected.
Good.
It's saying died and gone to hell. Now, the original headstone was made of wood and rotted over time, but enough people know about this story and know what a fucking piece of shit this guy is that they put a new one in with his name and, so it wouldn't rot.
Literally, hell yeah.
I know.
Damn,
Piece of
what a
shit.
monster. Oh my God, those were so good.
Crazy, right?
I love hearing those. Yeah, I could hear about those all day.
I know. Well, I've got a ton, so.
Well, I'm glad. And I'm really just going to segue us straight into obituaries now.
Yeah, let's do
because
it.
mine is, I had no idea she was doing this. Mine is so perfect because my obituary is actually a tombstone.
No way.
And the tombstone was a call out against a company.
Ooh, okay.
It says, in memory of Ellen Shannon, age 26 years, who was fatally burned March 21st, 1870, by the explosion of a lamp filled with R.E. Danforth's non-explosive burning fluid.
I have this in my notes.
Do you?
Yes, but I didn't report on it. Okay, I love it. I didn't
Okay.
read about her. I just went searching and wrote down things.
Well, I tried to find an obituary for her, but I couldn't.
Okay.
I couldn't find it in any of the archives. And I feel like 1800s, it can be more difficult sometimes. But I did find an article on goerie.com, which I think is like Lake Erie, not spooky Erie.
Yeah.
And it said that the fire occurred at Shannon's workplace. I guess she worked at the Gerard Hotel, which was on the northeast corner of Rice Avenue and East Main Street there. And in the 1960s, I guess there was this older broken stone with that same wording on it. But then it was replaced by a Gerard historian named Hazel Kibler because Hazel wanted to preserve it. So kind of similar situation, like the wood one rotted away and they replaced it. Same thing here. But I thought that was so interesting. It just came up and I was like, oh my God.
I love
calling
it.
out a company, R.E. Danforth's.
The
non-explosive burning
yeah.
fluid. Guess that's not true.
God, love it. Okay, wait, I have one that was sent into us that is so good. It references something we've talked about. It says, hey babes, I've been meaning to send you guys another compiled list of old-timey death notices and articles. And when Madison brought up the temporary morgue setup for Titanic passenger recovery, I knew I had to share this particular article as a follow-up. This is from Katie. This says, embalmer found uncle's body. At work on Titanic, victims when he made the mournful discovery. Could you imagine? Halifax, May 1st. Out of the silence of death that hung over the huge temporary morgue where the bodies of the Titanic victims lay in long, still rows, a sudden, deep-throated, oh my God, rang huskily when George Newell, embalmer, discovered that he was working on the body of his uncle.
Oh my God, how weird.
So weird. Newell, one of the undertakers brought here from Yarmouth to aid the local undertakers, was on the watch that worked through the night, preparing the salt-stained, sea-worn bodies that the anxious mourners waiting to identify loved ones might not be too much shocked by the sight of their dead. Through the early part of the night, he had worked swiftly and had prepared 2 bodies and sent them out of the room where the little group of anxious friends and relatives waited. About midnight, Newell, moving down the tier of coffins with his assistant, was assigned to a new body. Taking his instruments and paraphernalia, he arranged them by the side of the stand. Then he reached out and lifted the heavy, weather-beaten canvas that hid the face. The next moment, he clutched his assistant by the arm, and in a husky whisper that sounded strangely loud through the silence of the death, he announced, "My God, that is my uncle."
Oh.
I guess that's not really an obituary, but I just thought it was so cool. Death notice.
It's notifying us of a death. Mine was a
Yeah.
headstone, so you never know what you're going to get. But you know what is crazy is that I do want to hear from our funerary world Geoffs, the ones who are funeral directors or even autopsy techs. Would you rather work on a family member or would you rather have somebody else do it?
I think we're going to hear mostly they want someone else to do it. I think it's too close for comfort.
I think opposite. Like I want
Really?
I want to make sure my loved one has the most perfect thing because it's so normal. But I don't know. I don't know. That's why I want to know.
Totally. Yeah. Who knows? I see both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Damn.
What's also interesting is this picture I'm going to send you right now. We have spun in our coffins.
Shit. We have bitched our obituaries.
Means it's time for some dumb
As
criminals.
Who do you
Here's
got?
mine. Look at this big bald head. I just sent it to you.
Oh my God. Is that an alien? Who is that?
Girl,
Scary.
that is a man named Tyrone Causey.
Okay.
And Tyrone is in all sorts of trouble. According to the New York Post, quote, a thong wearing 79-year-old Florida man was arrested for allegedly consistently exposing himself and making lewd gestures around his apartment complex and argued to police that it was his right to walk around naked. Tyrone James Causey was charged with 5 counts of indecent exposure at his Hollywood, Florida apartment on May 22nd after neighbors called police saying they were increasingly concerned and frustrated with his continued behavior. Causey wasted no time showing police what neighbors were talking about, answering the door wearing nothing but a G-string thong, and claimed he had a right to walk around naked under Florida Statute 800.001 as long as he was not at a park. Hollywood police officer Savannah Hutchinson explained to Causey that to walk around in public exposing himself was illegal, but the 79-year-old insisted he's allowed to do that, and he didn't know he was being filmed. Things took a stranger turn when Hutchinson said the thong-wearing senior put on lipstick in front of her and began touching his penis, and then asked the female officer to jump rope for me, baby doll.
Kind of love him.
He was then arrested and booked into the Broward County Jail, but was released as of May 22nd. At least 5 neighbors told police Causey had exposed himself around the building and regularly walked through common areas making lewd gestures. He was also accused of thrusting his penis at a woman's doorbell camera.
Oh my God.
The 5 counts were initially charged as felonies based on a prior 1987 indecent exposure arrest, making them second or subsequent offenses. However, a Broward County judge found probable cause only for standard misdemeanor charges, and his felony counts were reduced. Separate from his indecent exposure charges, Causey was also apprehended following a high-speed chase in the Florida Keys in March of 2026. The 79-year-old allegedly sped through a construction zone in a Toyota sedan, and when police tried to pull him over, continued driving erratically, reaching speeds over 100 miles per hour.
Oh my God.
Tailgating other motorists and committing other traffic violations. He eventually pulled over and was arrested for reckless driving and speeding. However, he's not the only neighbor accused of terrorizing their building with vulgar behavior. Earlier this month, residents of an apartment building claimed a cross-dressing tenant from hell had been harassing them by waving around weapons, masturbating in a hallway, and nearly causing a catastrophe by turning on all of his gas burners. One disturbing video captured through a peephole obtained by the Post shows Anthony Orozco banging on a door with a hatchet while wearing a tight black dress, while other footage shows him touching himself in the hallway and wandering common areas in nothing but underwear.
Oh, good for
girls,
all these people.
Honey, I love it.
Jump rope for me, sweetie.
Jump rope for me, baby doll. Well, and you know what I love? I just love it's like they read Mel Robbins' book, and they were like, I'm gonna start living authentically.
What's her? Just do it.
Let them. No, that's Nike, girl. Just do it.
Just do it. Mel Robbins.
Which is funny, his big bald head reminds me of fucking, speaking of Nike, who's the guy from Heaven's Gate? Oh my God.
Yeah. What's his name?
Blanking on his name.
Jeff Bezos. You know.
No, that's another big bald guy. Why? Martin Applewhite. Martin Applewhite.
Bottom.
Right?
Yeah, Applewhite.
Marshall Applewhite. Oh my God. Embarrassing. Cult leader doesn't even remember.
Wow, that's embarrassing.
So that was my story. I'm sticking to it.
Well, I have a story, and I feel like we've seen this before. We've seen people on little Barbie Jeeps raising hell. We have a new one.
Okay. What's her name?
Oh, why are you assuming it's a woman?
Oh, anyone can love Barbies.
Yeah.
Sorry.
From the California Post.
Oh, wow.
This says, a boozed up man sporting aviator glasses was busted driving a child-sized pink Barbie Jeep down a main road in Canada to get a Slurpee.
Good for him.
I know. By the way, this was sent in to us quite a bit. Casper Lincoln was spotted September 5th rolling down 15th Avenue in Prince George, British Columbia in the pint-sized vehicle as his friend walked beside him. Lincoln had borrowed the toy car, built for kids aged 3 to 7, from his roommate's child to go on a Slurpee run with his friend because he got lazy and didn't want to walk. I never drove it before, Lincoln told the outlet while laughing.
I love that.
Wait, he said he had no idea he was breaking the law. I was using the hand signals and everything.
Yeah.
Well, he was pulled over and arrested. There's full pictures of a cop car behind this little Barbie pink Jeep.
I love that.
And he's getting arrested. It says after several witnesses filmed Lincoln driving the Barbie vehicle, he was pulled over by an unmarked Royal Canadian Mounted Police cruiser. You're really arresting him for driving a kid's Jeep, said Summer Karen, who filmed Lincoln being cuffed. She told the outlet she was shocked that police decided to get involved since Lincoln was hugging the curb in the comically small car and going maybe 3 miles per hour.
He's just a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Let him do it.
I know. It says the cop slapped Lincoln with a traffic violation, learning during the stop that his driver's license was suspended. Police also suspected he was inebriated, which was later confirmed by 2 breathalyzer tests. You are required to have a driver's license in British Columbia if you're operating any motorized vehicle on the roadway. That includes Barbie cars, toy cars, electric skateboards, anything like that. Come on.
Oh, that's the government. Needs to mind their own business.
Lincoln wrote, "Don't drink and drive." That's crazy. That seems fucked.
That's wild. Let him go.
He's just like, I bet he was having the time of his life too. Like, this is hilarious. His friend is walking next to him. Damn.
Crazy.
Wild.
Well, we're going to go get drunk and drive around in some Barbie cars, but we'll be back next week.
You better not.
I'm going to do it. I'm
no,
ready.
you better not.
But we'll be back next week for some more coffin spinners.
Obituaries.
And dumb
ass
criminals. Goodbye.
Goodbye.